This is Tim Bryce with my column titled Congressional Term Limits. As much as we are accustomed today to presidents serving 2 consecutive terms, this was not always so. In fact, prior to FDR, only 10 of the first 31 presidents were elected to second terms. That's just 33%. In the 1800s, there were 8 single-term presidents between Jackson and Lincoln, and 7 single-term presidents between Grant and Teddy Roosevelt. Then along came FDR in the midst of the calamity of the Great Depression and World War II, who was elected to an unprecedented 4 terms, thereby ushering in the concept of the career politician. This, of course, was negated by the 22nd Amendment, which now permits only 2 consecutive presidential terms. Since it was enacted, 5 out of 11 presidents were elected to consecutive terms. That's 45%. Our founding fathers had no concept of career politicians. It was expected you would serve a reasonable time in Congress before returning home and allowing someone else to take a turn. Although the presidency was Washington's to keep as long as he wanted it, he unofficially established 2 terms as the maximum length of office for a president. He, too, saw the need for not allowing the government to stagnate and allow others to bring in fresh perspectives in the running of the country. Today, politicians serving a single or double term are the exception as opposed to the rule. Consider, for example, the late Senator Robert Byrd of West Virginia, who served for over 50 years. Senator Ted Kennedy served almost 47 years. Senator Harry Reid of Nevada served 30 years in the Senate. And finally, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has also served 30 years. The concept of career politicians does not sit well with Americans anymore, particularly conservatives who believe such politics leads to cronyism and corruption, something they can no longer tolerate and represents the impetus to remove incumbents. Beyond this, there is a movement underfoot to enact term limits for members of Congress. After all, if it's good enough for the president, it should be good enough for congressmen, right? There are several proposals being bandied about, but my favorite is the one geared towards a maximum of 12 years in office, whereby either a 2 6-year Senate term, 6 2-year House terms, or 1 6-year Senate term and 3 2-year House terms. Further, a congressman should collect a salary only while in office and receive no pay when he or she is out of office. Opponents to term limits claim it sets up a lame duck scenario, but this could be argued over the presidential term limits as well. Bottom line, the country is tired of business as usual and realizes career politicians lie at the crux of the problem. The message is clear. It is time to clean house. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.